It almost seems like you're avoiding me. That's okay, 'cause you got something I need. Oh, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I like that song. I don't know the whole thing. I'll probably learn it though. It's for me to do it is such a gender bendy thing because it's a euphemism. Maybe I'd have to twerk the lyrics a little bit. Maybe lower the octave. Okay, so I'm CJ Miller. I'm here in Shreveport, Louisiana. My little napkin out here because I'm sure I'm going to need it. Um, I had a party. No, it wasn't a party. It was a dinner, a family dinner kind of thing. It's a memorial. Is what it. Anyway, the irony is I spent like a lot of effort, not so much money, but I did. I found like the best little red satin napkins that I could find that would dress up any table setting, and then the people that got here, and it's like all they wanted was a paper towels, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, uh, yeah, it is a little after 2 a.m. Uh, on this wonderful Thursday morning. I'm gonna have my snack, and then my my carb count starts over. My calories, everything, they start over at midnight. Um, I had for breakfast, and it was a kind of a brunch. It wasn't really a breakfast. I made it and had it somewhere around noon. Uh, a short stack of small pancakes that I had, and then I had a small ribeye, and uh, and then I actually had made another ribeye, so I kind of had that. But the ribeye, on this keto diet, you want to eat as much protein as you can. You really want to do that because sometimes you actually burn calories breaking down protein in your body, especially if you're cutting back on carbs. But I did go out with my friend Mike. He was doing catching up on some errands, and I needed to go out and pick up a few things, and so we did that. And yay, because I picked up some chicken and some fresh Coca Cola. And these are, I'll tell you, I had a garlic, really thick garlic dipping sauce, garlic, whatever. It was a big, heavy dipping sauce and rich and brown and everything like that. And I just, what I did was I took the chicken when I got home. Uh, Chicken legs. I made six of them. I'm only having two now, and then I can have some later before I head out when I wake up because I have some errands to do tomorrow, and so that's why I cooked ahead. Anyway, yeah, to catch you up, I had to go all the way back. I mean, I need to back up. Oh, I'm tired. Okay, so I'm not even really hungry. I'm just eating because, um, I need to eat. But yeah, I had the breakfast, uh, and then of course Mike and I were out, and we stopped and we had an Asian buffet, and of course I did have dessert with that. So I did break the keto diet today. That was around 3:30, leaning into 4 o'clock, and it's now 2. So it's been 8 hours since that meal. So that's how Then I'm being really restrictive on that today. So what I'm going to do is have this lean chicken. I put it 6 pieces of drumstick in a brine that is salt water, and I put it in the fridge and I let it sit for several hours. Really, with this, the longer you leave it in a brine, the better. And I actually used salt instead of MSG um, because I wanted the chemistry of the salt, the way it was going to work with the chicken. And then, of course, then I took the garlic dipping rub, put it all over the chicken, and then put it in a skillet on a lid and kind of sauteed it just in a little butter, probably about 2 tablespoons of butter. And so the plate is garnished. It tastes delicious, by the way, just me touching it, licking my fingers because I'm a bad boy. But yeah, the garnish Drizzled. I took the chicken leg out, laid it on the plate, and then of course I put the drizzle of sauce over, probably about 3 little tablespoons worth, and it kind of spreads around, and then Italian seasoning. Not that there's any in the pan because there wasn't, but just for the garnish. But actually, I laid the sauce out over the chicken, like, and then I came back over that with chili powder. You could use paprika, but I wanted a little extra flavor also. And then, of course, the Italian seasoning. And then a little sprinkle of, basically just because I like the way that it looked on the plate. Um, here we go. Just a couple of drops of balsamic vinegar. And, but you could, do something like that. Sometimes when you're doing a small plate, what you want to do is you want to fill up, especially if you're going to serve people, uh, and a plate to sit down in front of them, but the plate's bigger and you're using smaller portions or something. You need to fill up that negative space. Use your sauce and your garnish to fill up that empty space, and that way you can serve. If you really kind of want to swanky up your dinner, you can serve it in courses instead of having 2 chicken legs and then like a big pile of potatoes and uh, broccoli and carrots or something like that with the side salad, all of it on the same plate. You actually can break it up into courses, and you can, if you're having people over, you can accommodate uh, different options that way. It's all about being well prepped. But and I'm getting in practice because I have a really fun dinner party coming up. And so I'm just kind of like looking at different options. I'm just kind of getting my skills up. And it's not so much about cooking. I know how to cook and I know how to present on a plate. Uh, like if this would probably be me serving my dinner, I'd probably do boneless, skinless chicken breast, uh, well grilled in the same way. And then of course, what I would do is I would have it like sliced, uh, so I could kind of like fan out the pieces. And of course, I would have, yeah. But dark meat works really well too. So I don't know. This also is something that would really work well with thighs. If you're having a dinner party and you really want that flavor of dark meat chicken and you want to kind of step it up and you don't want to do drumsticks, you know, and you certainly don't want to use leg quarters because somebody might think you're getting the cheap, cheesy version of leg quarters sitting around. Uh, I actually have gotten out of the habit, unless it's just for me. Maybe I'll buy that big bag of leg quarters floating around in the water at the Walmart bin. The one that's always like $5 or something like that. But what you could do is you could do this same treatment with chicken thighs, and it's very tasty and very delicious. Very simple recipe. Uh, some sort of sauce. Basically, it's the brine, and then you find some sort of sauce that you want to work with. If you want to do a tomato-based sauce, you could do that. But basically, you simmer it in the pan, and it stays a little bit more moist than if you do a baking sheet. Okay, but let me taste this and show you. This is very good, by the way. Mm, very good. And what I love about a good chicken leg done this way, it's just got a nice, it's got a real earthy balance to it. This method gives across a flavor, especially with that garlic in there. Garlic, when you cook garlic for extended periods of time, it releases something that's a slight pungence, a slight bitterness that works really, really well with earthy, um, you know, uh, herbs. Any kind of, yeah. It's it works really, really well with it. Um, if you find that you wanted to do something different, maybe you didn't like that earthiness in your chicken, what you could simply do is put a little bit, my sisters love to do this. I did not. You could put a little honey or a little maple or something like that in your chicken. Uh, as you're making it. But of course, I'm trying to really balance my sugars, and so I don't want to do that. You know, trying to stay asymptomatic. I don't really know that the Ozempic is doing much for my appetite, but because I'm eating about the same amount, what it's doing though is it's cutting down the um, that sense of urgency. You know that, oh my God, if I don't eat, I'm going to just eat everybody's face. So